We'll tell you what Laban Barr, the victim from Saturday's shooting, will be remembered by coming up.
And the Pullman School District continues to face high staffing shortages. We spoke with Assistant Superintendent yesterday. Hear what she had to say. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Madeline Donaldson.
And I'm Henry Lenhart. Welcome to Murrow News 8. The Pullman shooting suspect, George Melvin Harris III, has been released from the Whitman County Jail in Colfax yesterday afternoon. Harris turned himself in 6 hours after the shooting and told the officers that he was jumped before allegedly fired his gun on College Hill early Sunday morning. According to the portable cause offendant, George Harris II, the suspect's father, said that he called him shortly after the shooting, and he said he wasn't making much sense as he claimed he was jumped and started shooting in the dark. Harris was released from jail after his $10,000 cash bond was posted.
We remember Laban Barr, who was 23 years old when he died from injuries from the shooting that took place early Pullman Saturday morning. According to the Spokesman Review, Laban's cousin, Mohammed Abdi, says that Laban was more than a cousin to him. He was like a brother. Between making short documentaries and organizing for peaceful protests, Mohammed says he and his cousin devoted themselves to racial justice in their community of Kent. He says Laban wanted to serve in politics. Our thoughts go out to Laban's family and friends. 3 WSU fraternity members were sentenced to 8 months of supervised probation on Friday. Maxwell Raveno, Cameron Thomas, and Nolan Valsic pled guilty to supplying liquor to a minor the night Sam Martinez died of alcohol poisoning. The defendants were also told to pay a fine of $1,000 with $500 suspended, according to court documents.
We know this past weekend was extremely hard for the Pullman community. We want to remind all of you that WSU offers counseling and psychological services for support in our community. Appointments are made through the Cougar Health Center by calling in the counseling and psychological service, the number on your screen. Sessions are scheduled on a same-day basis.
We continue to hear about schools facing staffing shortages nationwide, and it's no different here in Pullman. The Pullman School District is facing staffing shortages in every sector, from substitutes and paraeducators to janitors and bus drivers. Our Murrow News 8 reporter Ava Wainhouse spoke with Assistant Superintendent Roberta Kramer to hear about her thoughts about this time in our community.
It's exhausting when you wake up knowing that you're going to have to fill multiple positions, maybe internally. As a principal, that's a real challenge.
If you or anyone you know is interested in providing help for our Pullman schools, contact Dagny Myers, the District Human Resources Manager.
Hundreds of students in English classes across several WSU campuses will be practicing in community service projects. The faculty leading these courses were inspired by the training and support from the Community Engagement Scholars Program, or CES. CES is a semester-long program that faculty learns key services and concepts to help students get a deeper understanding of learning.
The WSU Office of Emergency Management will be conducting the fall semester test of the WSU Alert System on the Pullman campus at noon tomorrow. The tests will include the campus outdoor warning sirens, which are designed to warn people to take shelter and seek further information from other WSU Alert resources, such as alert.wsu.edu. Faculty, staff, and students who have signed up for emergency notifications from the Pullman campus will receive text messages, phone calls, emails, and desktop alerts, which will be clearly identified as a test.
Whitman County has had 42 new COVID-19 cases. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Whitman County has had a total of 5,445 cases, 57 COVID-19 deaths, and 185 hospitalizations. In the last 14 days, the cities Palouse and Oakdale have had the highest number of cases in Whitman County.
When we come back, we'll continue our coverage on COVID with a possible hopeful trend for Washington State hospitals.
And a new development in Pfizer vaccine agenda. Someone young in your family may be soon eligible for the shot. We'll tell you when we come back.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
In the past week, hospitalizations have declined statewide in Washington due to COVID-19. There were 1,329 COVID patients hospitalized statewide as of Sunday, compared to a week ago when 1,557 patients were hospitalized with the virus. CEO of the Washington State Hospital Association, Cassie Sawyer, says that the state confirms about 30 deaths a day due to COVID-19. However, the decline has not resulted in enough capacity for healthcare facilities to resume elective and non-emergent surgeries.
Over 2/3 of Washington workers who fall under Governor Inslee's vaccination mandate have been vaccinated according to state data. Vaccination numbers have increased to around 20% compared to the last month, and state officials are encouraged by the uptick. States' agendas have also guaranteed almost 800 accommodation for religious or medical exemptions to state workers.
Pfizer submitted data to the FDA to clear its vaccine for use in children ages 5 to 11, according to officials from the company. The FDA is expected to analyze the data over the next several weeks from a trial that included over 2,000 children. Pfizer is looking for the administration to grant emergency use authorization. Pfizer officials said a formal request will be coming in the following weeks. All right, and we're going to toss it to Will with the weather.
Thank you, Madeline. Well, today is not the greatest day on the Palouse. It is giving us a quick glimpse of what we are going to see in the future in winter. Today we have a high of 54, a low of 43. Tomorrow, though, it's looking a little better. We have 25+ mile-per-hour winds today, but tomorrow it's only going down to 6, and we are going to see the sun a little bit instead of these gray skies we're having today. Going down to the state map, we're seeing the west side, Seattle and Olympia, both very cloudy today, sitting around the 60s, Seattle a few degrees lower. Yakima and Tri-Cities here, we got a lot of sun there, 67 degrees in Tri-Cities. Pretty nice day for them. And then moving over to the Palouse and Spokane, sitting around 60 degrees, 54 for Pullman, high winds. And looking at the 5-day forecast, well, would you look at this? Sun, 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 sun. That's right, we are having 5 days in a row of sun on the Palouse. A few clouds in the sky, but overall, medium temperatures, 67 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday. So head out and enjoy your weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Will. The Mariners are coming off a hot win last night. Will they secure that wild card spot?
And it was an exciting weekend for Cougar volleyball. Once again, key players are receiving Pac-12 mentions. Find out who and what award next.
The Seattle Mariners kept their playoff hopes alive last night, beating the Oakland A's by a score of 13-4 to start the final 6-game homestand, all against all West Division rivals. The win moves the M's to 1-5 games back of the second wildcard spot. The Mariners play their second game of the 3-game series tonight, with first pitch scheduled for 7:10 p.m. The Seattle Kraken traveled to Edmonton today to take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight for their second of 6 preseason games scheduled before the regular season. The Kraken are coming off their 5-3 win over the Vancouver Canucks in Spokane. Tonight's puck drop is scheduled for 5 p.m. WSU, a women's volleyball team, continues league play on Friday, October 1st in the game against the University of California, Southern California. The Cougars hope to continue their good form in the Pac-12, hoping to extend their winning streak to 3 games. They currently have an overall record of 8-4. The game is scheduled for 7 p.m. Pierre Timmer and Magda Jelarova continue to dominate at the net, earning themselves Pac-12 Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. WSU's women's soccer continues regular season play on Thursday, September 30th against the University of Utah. WSU is currently riding a 4-match winning streak, hoping to extend the winning streak to 5 matches. Their last match, they beat University of Arizona 2-0. Thursday's match is scheduled for 6 p.m. And that's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Sona. Spooky season is right around the corner, but it's not all about pumpkin spice and Halloween.
Something specific is coming to campus every Friday in October. We'll tell you what that is when Murrow News 8 returns.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man, gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Coming up in October, Flu Shot Fridays are back on the WSU campus. Cougar Health Services has 5 of these Flu Shot Fridays planned for the next month, running from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at either the Elson S. Floyd Cultural Center or the Chinook students. Students can make their appointment through their Cougar Health Services patient portal. Last year, our Murrow News 8 reporter went live as they were getting their flu shot. A real trooper they were. Stay tuned with us here at Murrow News 8 to see if we go live once again getting our flu shot. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything, this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.